I hope we're getting in the habit of adding part studios to a document. It makes the assembly part a lot easier. When we started, I didn't know that that's how it works. So I'm going to create a new part studio, and before I even do anything, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call this rear wheel. Okay. And I'm going to go to my tutorial to get the information from this. So we are going to use the circular plane and mid-plane extrusions or symmetrical extrusions. So first we need to make this sketch. So we got a bunch of dimensions here. We have 4 circles. So I'm going to start a sketch on my front view. I'm going to make 4 circles. So 1, 2, and the only thing I care about is that they are concentric and they're like roughly the same size. So there's like an inside hub and then an outside rim. So now the inside is going to be 0.25. So I'm going to dimension this 0.25. Now the drawing shows that you click the 2 circles and you make the distance between those instead of putting in a separate diameter. And the reason I modeled it this way, and I did the same on the outside, is then we can go in and change the diameter of this because we have a different front wheel and rear wheel size. So the outside is 1.25, and then the distance between the 2 circles, so I click on the 2 circles, is 0.05. So that allows us to put in, change this diameter or change this diameter, and the rest of the wheel will move with it. So we avoid having to go in and do a bunch of extra modeling if we're changing dimensions. So I'm going to turn my plane off, and now extrude. I'm going to extrude the 2 rings and nothing else. And they're going to be different parts for now, but we'll fix that. Extrude to 0.5. So half of the go-to. Alright, so now we've got the outline of our wheel, the rough body. The next thing that we're going to do is make this little disc that fills that we'll remove to make our rim detail. So what I'm going to do is start a sketch on the top face, and I'm going to use the inside ring and the outside ring. That's all I got to do for this. And then extrude, I'm going to extrude this middle part, but in the directions, and I've seen a lot of people miss this, we want to do a symmetric extrusion. And what that does is it makes it go up and down. So it allows us to join. So I can click add now, merge with all, and now I only have one part, so everything's the same color. Make sure you click that merge with all button. Alright, now I have naming stuff, so if you follow along with this, I think it's important to rename your stuff, but for the purpose of you guys watching, I'm not going to do that. Alright, so we're going to start a sketch on that middle wheel. We're going to use the outside and the inside ring, and we're going to draw 2 more rings, and I've got the dimensions here, so we're going to make this sketch. So I'm going to start a sketch on the top. I'm going to use the inside of the outside ring and the outside of the inside ring. And I'm going to go back so it's normal, or it's right away, like straight up and down. I'm going to make one vertical line. I'm going to select this and turn this into a construction line. Okay, so that's going to give us vertical, and then I'm going to make a V. Alright, so after I make that shape, now I can go back. I'm going to do, I've got to add some circles, and I also have to add some degrees. So we'll do the degrees first. We want this pizza slice to be 45 degrees. So I'm going to dimension that, and then from the middle, 22.5. So I'm going to do 45 here. And then from the middle, so that will keep it straight up and down, I do 22.5. I've got 2 circles to draw. I'm going to go, and they're both on the inside So that's the black circle and the black circle, and I'm going to do 0.05 away from the rings that I did earlier. So we've defined this little shape right here that I'm going to go extrude just that middle part. Okay, or is it both? No, it's all the way to the rim, so I need to do the above one too. Choose remove, and it cuts a little wheel hole in there. Alright, now I'm going to use my fillet tool, and I'm going to fillet these corners at 0.125. 0.125, and I'm going to just choose this corner, and this corner. And it kind of gives us this cool like effect there. Alright, next. Now I'm going to pattern this. So I'm going to choose a circular pattern, choose feature. I'm going to choose the wheel cut and the fillet, the axis of any of the circles, and space it out 4 times. So here's how this works. I choose circular pattern. I choose the extrude. Oh wait, and then I got to choose feature. I choose extrude and fillet. Click both of them. My axis of pattern could be any circle that shares that center point. I want to make 4. Click apply per instance. And then there's our wheel. Alright, this is pretty cool looking. You guys can change the color if you want. But that is how you make the wheel. If you want to keep going, it's really easy to make the other wheel. You just got to make a copy of it and do one more, or change one dimension.